You know what cracked me up too? The
too
beginning. When they have the clown for the little girl, and she's little, the chick with the clown things, and that's the thing. And he goes, now I'm gonna put on this handcuffs. Now I'm gonna put on these handcuffs and get on this chest, and I'm trying to escape. And the mother and the father just looking at each other like, can you make it any easier for us? And we're back.
And let me give you, Patty, kudos for writing that whole title. So now will be George, right?
Yeah, Mike, a little closer to you.
Oh.
But,
George.
there you go. Yes, my movie. My movie is called, if I can see it with this mask, it's called
Humanist.
Humanist vampire.
Humanist vampire seeking consenting suicidal person. A really short title. Yes. So the movie is basically, I actually saw I was flipping, and then I saw the title, and that just grabbed me right away. I have to watch the trailer, and I really like the trailer. I was cracking up on the trailer. It's basically a family, the vampires, and the daughter, really young daughter. No, they
Sasha.
She's coming of age, but what parents they figure out that she's not into killing. She's not into killing. She doesn't want to hunt. Whenever they see some savage things, their fangs come out because they get all like the adrenaline kicks in. But for her, that's the opposite. So because she's a humanist vampire, she doesn't want to kill. She doesn't. So she just constantly lives off they get little baggies of blood. So the movie is basically her, the family coping with her that she doesn't want to kill, and the mother's like, I'm not gonna hunt for us for the next 300 years, basically. The father. So the mother's very stern. The father is the one that's more like she's a daddy's girl, or he's a daughter's father. I don't know what you call it. He really cares about her. She really cares. So she won't kill, and then she also ends up meeting this young man, who in the when they meet, he's actually on top of a building. He looks like he wants to jump. Basically, this is a suicidal young man, and then they kind of run into each other. That's the first time she sees them. And he finds out that she's a vampire because there's a scene where he actually sees her fangs. So she kind of spooks him and he bangs himself, and then she sees that. But they end up meeting one of those like
Suicide.
one of those groups, like suicidal groups of depressed groups. Mm-hmm. And then they strike up a friendship. And then the movie pretty much deals with, deals with her coming of age and dealing with the fact that she doesn't like to kill and she needs to survive, to survive. And she has a really funny cousin too. The family sends her away to her cousin too because she needs to not be on her own. Her cousin cracks me up because she's tough and she's like, she's always bringing guys home. It's like, basically like I brought dinner. And and she's but I really enjoy the movie. I really love the character. I really love the girl, Sasha, the actress, and the boy too, the guy. I actually love the whole family. I thought they need to make a series out of this. Grab the whole family and make a series without watching.
That would be fun.
I thought a lot of the scenes reminded me, the movie was almost like this. It's kind of reminded me like there's a scene like her fangs might be coming out, and it feels to me like she's going through her period when she's afraid, and the family's like, "You okay?" Everything, and she's like, and there's another scene where she's with the young boy because he's obviously suicidal. He wants to. I don't know if it's a spoiler or not, but. He says, "Oh, I'll let you, suck my blood, or whatever." She's like, "No," but when they get together, they always get together to see if they're gonna do it, and it almost feels like she's gonna have like a young girl is gonna have sex.
Right.
So it almost has like a coming of age for a girl, like going through a period, going through maybe a sexual experience or maybe a boyfriend. But they do it, but it's different. It's more like coming through her teeth and am I gonna kill this person? It's very clever how they did that.
And she's 68 years old.
Yeah, exactly. And there's just some great scenes. There's a scene where she's puts on her favorite record, and of course it's back from the 1940s, I think, or 50s, 60s, I don't know. But she's singing along and dancing, and he's also kind of goofy.
Emotion.
Emotion, yeah. So, and he's kind of goofy dancing.
And I thought that was a wonderful
it's a great scene.
I love that scene.
So the movie has a lot of great scenes. Like I said, the cousin cracked me up. She was great. Her character was just kind of like Wednesday, kind of just such a great character. And then I really love this movie.
This is another one of these things where I almost didn't watch the movie because I thought Oh, yeah, it sounds. And I watched it and I said, oh, thank God I watched this. This is a wonderful movie. I hope they don't make a series out of it simply because all of those actors are so good and they bring everything you need to know about them. Doing a series of this would just be saying, like, hey, that kind of worked. Let's see if we can make more money out of it. This is too good a movie for this. It's too good a movie for them to make a series out of. I hope they don't even make a sequel because it just has everything it needs right there.
Right.
You're given a complete package. It's like getting a great Christmas present and then saying, well, what else are you going to give me? What else do you want? What do you want? We just gave you the best that you think present you're going to get. It's terrific. Just terrific. Go see it. Watch it.
Yeah.
It's on what is it? It's on Netflix.
Netflix.
No.
Netflix.
Yeah, watch it. Watch it.
Okay, so
Okay, so what was I gonna?
Le Québécois.
No, but isn't it the same people that made the kind of weird superhero movie? Remember, it was also a Canadian movie. The guy's a superhero.
Oh no! So they mean Code 8? I don't think if it was them.
I
I
thought
didn't see any of them on
was
that.
the
Unless the
same
director's name. I don't think so.
What
I
movie
thought
is
I
that?
read
Code
that.
8. That was the.
Yeah.
But if you did,
Oh no, I don't think it's
No.
the same guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
Code
thought
8
I read
movies.
that
Yes.
somewhere, but
Because
Anyway.
I know this is the
Movie too, but
director's debut film.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
This is such a clever movie. It's so clever. It's dealing with the most mundane things in such a different way, like teenage awkwardness, first boy, first girl,
puberty.
puberty, coming of age, things are changing.
Are you there, God? Are you there, Dracula? Hello, Dracula. Are you there? It's me, Margaret.
But they did it through the girl's a vampire, the family's of vampires, right? And the family is hysterical. Like they play it very straight. The boy and the girl, they play it very straight. Like they're having these issues and troubles and they go through it. The family is hysterical. That's the comedic humor in it, is the family. Like a lot of those movies, it's the family that makes it. Let's see.
When
Teenage
you see a lot of
romance.
those movies, you mean a lot of those movies where the chick is a vampire and the guy loves her, but he wants to be a vampire, but he's not.
No, I mean
All of those things.
Yeah,
no, all those movies where they're kind of like they do not fit into. They're like they don't fit into their
Kind of remind me of Napoleon
Group.
Dynamite a bit too.
their
I think
respective
it's like my big
worlds.
fat vampire wedding.
It for me, I know what you're saying, Chris. It reminded me literally of Beetlejuice,
Yes.
where she says, it says like, even Beetlejuice says, oh, I want to be in there. He goes, why? Like he doesn't understand why she wants to be dead
Yes.
in her living world. Yeah,
This is they do not fit in with their world.
exactly.
Right? She is not acting like a vampire should, and all he wants to do is die. He's just not happy. Anyways, she's 68, as we said, and there is one scene that I just love, and I just really, really forgot all about that song. It's she plays her favorite song, and it's Brenda Lee, Emotions.
Yeah.
And that is such a great song. I was like, whoa, Brenda Lee was really awesome. I
Right.
really forgot about that.
But especially with the two of them, because they seem like neither one has emotions at all.
Oh, yeah.
And that's what comes out, I think.
But
in
they
that.
start to have it like, you see, like
Exactly.
he
While
said-
they're together.
and when they're
Yeah.
hearing that song, right? And they're not looking at each other, just total
Awkward
teenage,
teenage
stuff,
yeah.
awkward teenage stuff,
Mhm.
right?
Awkward 68-year-old stuff.
So Sarah Monpetit is Sasha, and Félix-Antoine Bernard is I think, give great performances. They are so believable as two misfits in their respective worlds.
well, I love this movie because the title alone got me. I mean, that title
Exactly.
gets you. Not only is it incredibly long, but it just says what it is.
Yeah, pretty much.
And it is like a coming of age in their worlds, right? Except he wants to kill himself. And I would say it's like having her period and getting laid for the first time in her world, but it's
Yeah.
getting her teeth
Yeah,
to
pretty
come
much,
out,
yeah. Yeah.
right? And her teeth only come out when he's in danger, So
Well, he points that out to her.
yeah, and so he wants to become a vampire.
No.
And
He does?
yeah,
No, I think he wants to die.
He wants to die.
He doesn't want to become a vampire.
I have to
That
watch
might
it
be-
again.
Originally.
That might be the spoiler.
No, he didn't.
Anyways, it's a great movie. Everybody said what needed to be said. It's just worth watching. And I must admit, I'd never heard of it.
Me
No,
neither.
none of you.
But the title itself was like, okay, we have to watch this movie.
Right,
What a
right.
great title.
All right.
And it's sort of funny because when they set out the titles like this, I just groaned and rolled my eyes. I thought, oh no, what is this? So I thought, okay, this is sort of like going to be the last movie I'm going to watch. And so enough, I'm watching it last night. It's like, okay, finally put it on. It's like, oh, first of all, it's a foreign film, and it is French Canadian, but
Right.
I was sort of surprised. Yeah, it was in French. It's like, oh, I wasn't expecting that. So let's see what they do. The opening alone hooked me with her having her birthday party at the beginning. Then you find out what her condition is as far as why she can't do it. But then when she does become the age and meets Paul, this is when the movie just kicks really in for me because his character, even though I don't even understand why his behavior is the way he is. You could just see right away, though, yeah, he looks like he's a deer in headlights with
Doesn't he?
everywhere he is.
Yeah, that's
and yet
true.
he seems like a normal teenager. I mean, he's
Well,
not.
maybe that's
He
the
gets
point
teased,
you're
yeah.
making.
Well, that's
He
what I'm
gets
saying.
bullied.
He doesn't seem, it's like, you know what? This is sort of fascinating because I thought they're going to make him, it sort of reminded me of the Jennifer Lawrence film we did,
And no hard feelings?
No Hard Feelings,
Oh,
like the
right,
young
like
boy.
that character,
You could
right.
tell how sort of wounded or how troubled this person is, but they're still like a normal teen.
Yeah.
And this is what I appreciate. I claim that they don't make enough movies about, well, teens, especially this far gone, where they're suicidal, or like the girl when she goes and she confesses, like, well, I'm being forced to do bad things I don't want to do.
Right.
And then it says, but if I don't do them, I'll die.
Right.
And it's like, that's a great way of putting it because it's like,
Yeah.
how interesting. And then, of course, Paul comes up with a little comeback, and I thought, he's sort of an interesting character too. He knows perspective. Like they both sort of pondered death. But like I said, she's had many years to do this. He hasn't. He's still, I'm assuming, in high school, right? Like
Right.
they didn't really mention the grade or anything, but you can
think
tell
so.
by the setup in the class, right? And it's sort of funny because then it's like, okay, you can see his relationship with not only of him being at work, but him also dealing with his classmates. And he has no friends, obviously. But an incident happens at the school, which I thought was very telling, where he kills a bat. And I thought, well, this is sort of interesting, And it's like, why did they put this in? So I really thought the movie was going to go a certain way. And it didn't. It actually went in a way that I thought was a pure delight. And it is because, and I agree with you, what everyone said, coming of age, the awkwardness of teens, alienation, and I will give it to that Sarah Monpetit and the Félix-Antoine Benoit. I think they're really, this is their movie. And so kudos to the director, that Ariane Louis says, and she co-wrote the movie with somebody by the name of Christine Doyon, I'm not sure.
That's right.
They really put on a great little film about adolescence, awkwardness, but most importantly, when you find somebody who you're sort of meant to be with.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's what perfected me. And Bob, I thoroughly disagree because at the end of the movie, I'm saying, okay, I want to see this and this business that they're going to come up with because there's something there that the young boy comes up with. And at first, I didn't understand what was happening at the end because the mother's either a nurse or a doctor. See, I'm not even sure on that,
Right.
to be
She's
quite
a
honest.
nurse, I believe.
Yeah.
Really? All I know, she's always in the scrubs and she's got a stethoscope around her neck. You see her when she has to go to the school. You see her that, but I was wondering. It's like she seems like a nice mother, and
But she's really tough at that school. When that school starts hassling her
About
son
the
about that
bat.
bat,
Right.
she's
Like-
very,
Mama Bear.
but not only Mama Bear, she was just very like, what's the problem?
Right. Like,
Why is
who's
that-
complaining?
Why
Yes.
are you bothering me about this?
Yeah, yeah.
There's no issue here.
Well, but I thought it
There's
was
no there.
But that's what also made it fun for me because
Yeah.
it's one of those things like in I don't know if you want to call it woke culture or how you see kids now. It's like, oh, he killed an animal, and I thought, but it was a bat flying in a classroom even, and it was screaming kids. Right?
Isn't it in the gym?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it kind of attacked him. He just
Well, that's the
knocked
thing.
it down.
Yeah, I mean, just the way that scene is shot is so funny.
Well, and see, that's the ultimate part because, like movies, especially when you're dealing with suicide stuff, that you can make me laugh when you're dealing with these kind of subject matter. And I realize, yes, you can because they're talking about, first of all, death and suicide, but you can still be human about it. And I thought, this is how I'm seeing society. It should be more like this. I know death and everything, but we got to be more humanistic about things like this. So I would highly...
I mean, he makes that point about the death because of, like also what he says, like with the bat, and also when she's at the group and she says a thing about, but if I don't do those things, I will die.
Yeah.
And then he makes a comment too that sometimes, because the lady's like, death is never, it's always bad. He goes, and then he makes something like, well, sometimes death is the answer, the right answer.
Right.
He
cites an example, which I think is very true.
Yeah.
Right.
Like Mercy killing with like the bat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, like I said, towards the end of the movie, it's like, okay, I want to see. It's like that was just the beginning. So now I want to see where they take this, and that's why, whether TV series or another movie, I'd watch it.
You know what cracked me up too? The beginning.
Good.
When they have the clown for the little girl, and she's little, the chick with the clown things, and that's the thing. And he goes, now I'm gonna put on this handcuffs. Now I'm gonna put on these handcuffs and get on this chest, and I try to escape. And the mother and the father just look at each other like, "Can you make it any easier for us?"
That's what I mean. The
the way that they looked at each other.
The opening is wonderful.
Anyways,
Bob, you're not. Oh, you don't vote. You don't do the numbers.
I give it 10.
I give it 10.
I gave this a 7.
yeah, I give it a 10 too.
This man's going 7
Okay.
crazy over here.
So that ends it for this week, and we'll be back in the same clothes as you mentioned.
We're back.
Yes.